Hi Game On athletes, Coach Sara here with session 2, softball, catching, and glove positioning. Hope you had some time since last time to practice on breaking in your glove, which is really important, and forming that nice hard taco shell with your glove, your ball inside your glove. And maybe you've even had a chance to play catch with somebody outside or inside, as long as you're being safe, and make sure that if you're inside, you're using a softer ball. So what we're going to talk about today is glove positioning. When you're playing catch, you may notice that every time someone throws to you, it's not going to be a perfect throw. So sometimes you're ready right here to receive that ball. It's not always going to be right at your chest, because sometimes not everyone throws perfectly, like I said. So if you need to, you can of course move your feet to catch that ball. If you can, you want to field that ball in the center of your body, or as close to it as possible, or as close to perhaps your right side, or my right side, because I'm a righty, or left side, because if it's my right side, I catch it here, then I'm closer to that throwing position. So here we are, we try and catch the ball, we can't reach it, we can't move our feet to get to it. So what do we do instead? Or if the ball's coming right at us and we can't keep our fingers here pointed to the sky like earlier, like we discussed about fielding and catching it here, so we have to turn our gloves. So I'm going to talk about the different glove positions that you're going to need to know to make sure that you are catching properly and that you're having success. I want you to have success and have fun catching a ball. So we're going to go around the clock and talk about the different positions. First, we obviously have this position where your fingers are pointed to the sky. You're in good, ready position. You are going to throw to me, and I'm like, right here, right here. That's where my hands are. My fingers are to the sky. I'm at chest height, right? So my hands and my glove, as you can see, are at that chest height, ready to receive that ball. Fingers to the sky. Well, if it's over here and I can't reach it and it's coming in and maybe it's too hard to get to it because the ball is over here, I can't get there. So we do something called a forehand. Kind of like in tennis, but it's a little bit different, but it's the same concept. So we turn our glove this way to grab the ball, and we still use two hands. So the ball is coming in, we're catching it sideways, that's forehand. The other position is if it's below your belly button, right here, the letters on my shirt, it's really hard to get the ball with your fingers to the sky. And it may even be really hard to get to it if it's pointing my forehand that direction, right? So what we do is we turn our glove down to the ground. So my fingers are pointing to the ground, and if it's below my waist, we catch it in that direction. So the ball is coming. Instead of coming up here towards my chest, the ball is coming lower, and I can't really get my glove there. So I'm turning it and catching it like this, but of course, how many? You guessed it, two hands, right? I'm still using that two hands, catching it here, turning my body, grabbing the ball, turning my body, and making that good throw. So we have our first position right here. Our second position, forehand, grabbing it here. And our third position, below our belly button, we want our fingers pointing to the ground. Next, we want to talk about backhand. If you can't reach the ball, like I said, to move your body and catch it here, then you may have to turn your glove this direction. And this is backhand. If you are a lefty, it's the same thing except for opposite. So if you're a lefty, you need to wear your glove on the opposite hand. I don't have a lefty glove because I'm not a lefty, but if you did, then you'd wear it on this hand, and your backhand would be this way instead of your forehand, and your forehand would be this direction. So same thing, you're just swapping it. So here's my backhand. I'm turning my wrist and catching it into the pocket here, and I'm still using two hands, right? So now we need to practice the different hand positions. And in order to do that, we're just going to practice the different positions like this in a way that you can challenge yourself and continue practicing this. And then, hey, some people may say, you know what? This is hard on my wrist. it's starting to hurt. My glove's pretty heavy, so I definitely feel it in my wrist, but it's making my wrist stronger and it's making my arm stronger. So it's gonna be good for you to practice. And what you can do is you can find a sibling, find a parent, and ask them or a friend to help you out. They point a direction and you have to face your glove that way, all right? So I'm just gonna pretend that you're pointing directions at me and I'm gonna move my glove and practice. So I'm working, I'm turning my glove. So here's my one. It's really great practice to work on switching your glove from this direction to this direction and so on. It's really gonna help you when you're outside and you're playing catch and hey, the ball doesn't come right to you, you're able to turn your glove. So practice in front of a mirror. You don't even need anybody to practice with you. You can stand in front of that mirror, turn your glove, turn your glove. The other thing that's really important, and I forgot because I'm not showing you my legs right now, is that your knees are always bent. You're in good athletic position, all right? We don't stand up straight like soldiers when we play. So when you're receiving that ball, my feet are in it just like my legs and my feet. I'm bouncing them in that good athletic stance, right? So we're never just standing straight up going like this. I'm sure you could tell that it looks slightly awkward. So here we are, practicing that positioning. That's what I want you to do. Your forehand, if you're ready, fingers to the ground if it's below your waist. Backhand if you're ready, or it's forehand if you're a lefty. And our number one ideal position to catch a ball is right here, receiving it at your chest height, giving your partner that target. The other thing I just want to mention is if you need to practice more than just pointing and working on your glove work, another fun idea is you can have a partner and have someone help you out. Maybe take a pair of socks that are rolled up into this nice ball and you're laying on the ground. So pretend I'm laying on the ground and they are going to toss the ball, or you can toss it. And what you have to do, I'll kind of go this way, is if the ball comes up, you're gonna catch it above with fingers to the sky. If the ball comes at you this way, you're gonna turn your fingers below. So it's just a really fun, easy game while you're laying on the ground to practice getting to that ball quickly and using socks so that if you miss the ball and it hits you, it's not gonna hurt. And it's just gonna practice as you're tossing the ball up. You have to work on your glove positioning. I find it to be kind of fun. And like I said, you can do it by yourself or you can do it with a teammate. All right, well, I hope you learned something today. Thank you. And always remember, when playing catch, use two hands. Make sure your teammate, your partner, whoever is throwing to you, knows that you are ready and you are ready to receive the ball. So make good eye contact before you throw and remember the positions. And remember to practice. And most importantly, have fun. It's softball. Game on. Wishing you a great one. Thanks for joining me.